Well, now you're in them. Recorded both. Come to the realization that the vlog is quite often shot from the perspective of my chair. And today is no different. Hello there, guys. Well, actually, no, today was slightly different, as you saw by the footage that I've already recorded, and that'll probably be at the end of the video. I don't know how that's all gonna be laid out, but hello there, guys. This is Silent Mist, and welcome back. Today, I'm having problems with the desktop once again. Now it just doesn't turn on at all. So, I have the two graphics cards right here. I'm gonna just take out the 610 and see if it'll at least boot for now. And then when that's done, I don't know. I'll figure something out. But right now, I'm gonna have tacos. I went to Taco Bell earlier today and I just rewarmed these tacos. And oh my god, I haven't had Taco Bell in years. And let me tell you, I forgot how much I like Taco Bell. Because Taco Bell is really good. But it's not really good that's really bad. It's like so bad that it's good. It's like microwavable cheeseburgers. They're delicious, but they shouldn't be. And now I'm going to indulge myself on these two tacos. So, since I didn't cook it, I won't show you guys me eating it. For now. Maybe in the future I'll do that. But tacos aren't exciting to watch to be eaten. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to rip that apart and hopefully at least get it to turn on. So yeah, exciting times. It's also really late right now. So, I'm exhausted. Today's been a long day because I started earlier than normal. Normally my first class is at 12, but I had to leave today at 10, which means that I had to get up at 9 instead of 11, just so I could go take care of some extra things for classes, and then it's just been non-stop ever since then. But now that I'm finally back, it's time to eat some tacos. So I've learned that there is a small chance that I don't need to, or that the SD slot in my phone is not dead. And that chance all rests in the fact that apparently SD card support has been a little flaky in newer versions of ROMs for this phone. So I just downloaded a ROM that says that it fixes all of the SD card issues, and I'm installing it right now. So I'm really hoping that that will let me use everything. Because if that is the case, then that would be fantastic. Let's see. I don't know which one I want. I know what these are. I just don't know which one I want. I don't think it really matters, so I'll just do that. Install now, and now I just have to let this sit for a while as it installs the ROM. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to take out a few things from this desktop and do this. It's so difficult to do this from this angle. Yank that cable out and drag this guy over here. However, I need two hands in order to do that. And as soon as I get it far enough out, I can just plop it right down right here. So, this guy right here. This graphics card, oh wow, you cannot see a thing, and I don't have a phone to use as a light anymore. Let's see, can you adjust your exposure, please? This graphics card right here is the 970, and you really can't see it too well because the lighting isn't that good right now, but it goes right up against the hard drive bays, which are right here, which means this card cannot go into any other slot inside of this computer. Wow, you really can't see much. Right now the 610 is right above it, and there is one more PCI Express slot right next to this, but it doesn't have enough clearance because if I put this down here, will it up the exposure? No. Because the power supply is in the way. So that's the only spot where the 610 can go. What I want to test out is, first of all, I'm just going to remove it and boot and see if that will make the computer turn on. So, I am grounded out. Gotta do this, it's always difficult with just one hand. Take that out, and clip that. And now this really needs to be put down somewhere. I'll put you down right in my computer. And I should be able to just yoink this straight up. There we go. And now that this is out, I'm just going to straight up plug in a graphics card, or plug in a monitor. It's difficult to do from such a distance. So that goes in. And now I just need to see if we can boot it all. Oh. Power on. So far, so good. You can see all the hard drives in here. Here are the two 500 gigabyte ones that are in RAID 0. There's the SSD that I boot off of. These are two 2 terabyte drives that are in RAID 0, and there's a 1 terabyte drive which is currently running OS X. And hey, it boots. So it is most likely a problem with that slot. Although, before I entirely dismiss that, I'm going to throw in the AMD card, or the ATI card, because why not? I don't think the slot is killing the graphics cards. I just think that it's not properly working. So I'm going to plug this one in, and then I'll try to power on once again. Actually, I'll try to power on with something plugged into this graphics card just to see if it works. And if it does, I guess since I have the that other card, the thing, what thing is it? The thing with the stuff. I can do another thing with the stuff. I will leave this graphics card in here if this works. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get a single slot card instead of this dual slot card that I'm currently using, because this dual slot one will only fit in this one spot. And if I could just get it to work, or if I could fit it into the bottom slot, then it should all work out, assuming that that has been the problem this entire time. So, gonna plug this guy in, make sure that's seated correctly, and turn it on once again. And now we should get a picture on that screen. Maybe. We'll see. So far, nothing. So far, nothing. There are red lights in the computer. That's normal to some extent. They're supposed to turn off after a little while. But is anything going to happen over there? Oh, the lights are changing. Now it's over here. Okay, we have image out on the top middle screen. So this might be the solution. It's not a solution that I particularly want because I don't want to have to run 2 sets of drivers. But if this does work, I'm just going to have to suck it up and go with it. But I think I'm going to have to return the 610 that I got because regardless, there's no point in having 2. Also, I don't want to screw this in right now because if I drop it and it lands in the computer while the computer's on, that could be bad. But I actually need to reassemble the computer, or at least get it into a usable position so I can see if everything will work for at least a little while. So, we'll see how this goes. Uh-oh. I don't know what that means. Fast boot mode started. Is it because it's plugged in? Uh-oh. Well, phone just installed the ROM and now it's giving me this error, but I just saw an image over there. I think we might have a usable thing. So, yeah, I currently have the 4670 in the desktop, and right now it's booting up. And while that's happening, I'm going to attempt to get my phone to boot up. Don't know why it just told me that it was trying to use fast boot mode, because fast boot is something completely unrelated. Turn on. Okay, but desktop is on. That's good. This thing hasn't been on all day. This is like the longest amount of time that, well, I probably shouldn't point that at the keyboard. This has been the longest amount of time in a very long time that my desktop hasn't been on. Last night I turned it off, and then it hasn't been on since. But right now, not only is it on, but everything is seemingly working for now. I guess the big thing that needs to be tested is whether or not I can actually both install drivers on that and get it to work. But for now, it's functional. The question is, will it stay that way? And are any of my programs going to get really angry at the fact that I have like an NVIDIA card and an ATI card in the same computer? I'm actually kind of worried that Premiere just flat out won't let me use the Mercury playback engine. If that's the case, that's gonna suck. But ooh, what the heck? The screens are all flickering. What the crap is happening? Oh, that's probably because of Flux. Oh my god, that's really obnoxious to look at. But everything needs to be reoriented properly, and of course everything needs to start up before that happens. But at the very least I'm booting, which is good. That's like the first step in many. But yeah, I'm gonna mess around with this for a little bit, see if I can get it to keep it working and see if anything bad actually happens. Wish me luck. Also, my phone needs to like freaking turn on. Come on, phone. Don't be a butt face. Well, I now have a pair of 610s just sitting around for the time being because they're not, they don't really have much that they can be used for. They're not particularly powerful, and they're not particularly good. They're also not very new. They're just kind of crappy. I just installed the drivers onto the desktop, and it worked. And right now I'm just restarting it because I always restart after I install drivers. And, oh look, phone, you're done. Let's see if... I think I messed up when I tried to install the ROM the first time, so I'm gonna try again. But, hopefully this will boot without any issues. Hopefully this... Oh no, this is still having that issue. Fast boot mode started. That usually means that it's, like, attempting to get into some sort of a... It's like waiting for the computer to do things. And the computer's not gonna be doing anything because it's not plugged into a computer. But... the desktop has booted up. All 5 screens are currently working. The wing is back, or the wings are back. And yeah, it seems like it's working finally. So I guess the only thing that I can do now is just use it for a while and see if it continues to work or if it crashes again. Because if it crashes again, then I know that there's a problem. And I'm starting to think that maybe it's not a bad PCI Express slot because... I can't imagine it only working sometimes. I can see it outright failing, or I can see it working. I can't see it working sometimes and then not others. So, it might just be a driver issue with, the drivers just really not liking having a 610 and a 970, which I guess kind of makes sense since they're very different cards. If anything, I might... I'll be returning the one that I got from Amazon, which is this one I can recognize because the VGA cables I'm really derply. And then I'll probably try to sell this one. And then with those funds, I'll probably just buy like a 710 or something else cheap. Because the 710 is based on Kepler, I believe, unless it's a rebrand, which is always possible. But if it's based on Kepler, then at least I'll have, or not, yeah, no, that would be Kepler, not Maxwell. That could be a problem. I'm just thinking aloud now. I'm thinking if I can get a slightly newer one, then it would probably have less of a driver issue to worry about. But that's okay, because right now I'm just happy that I can at least boot up my computer, because earlier today I could not do that. So while I do that, while I make sure that everything works, I'm going to also have to fix my phone, because now my phone isn't turning on. Nothing wants to work that's mine. Everything is just deciding to revolt at the same time. I wonder what's going to be next. What computer part's just going to act up? Maybe it'll be this camera. But you want to know something, camera? If you act up, I have a backup right there. You see this? This is your older brother camera. This is the original vlog camera, which has been through so much. So don't you dare die, camera. I'm watching you. There just comes a time when you can't speak right. This is actually take 2 of this chunk of the vlog. I was just like stumbling over words left and right. But it's been a little while and this screen has yet to die. Everything is running and I'm just like, yeah, everything is working great. But I just noticed, like, I was looking at GPU-Z to see what the, to look at the graphics cards, and I realized this thing came out in 2008. Like, this is a really old graphics card, and the difference in performance, like, holy crap, specifically with the bandwidth and the pixel fill rate, it goes from 6 and 25 to, like, what? To 68 and 234. Like, those are some pretty big numbers, some pretty big differences. But it's really funny seeing, like, the difference between low-end, or mid-range to low-end hardware from 2008 and comparing it to high-end hardware in 2016. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of humorous. Other than that, the secondary desktop is currently on because I want to try to do a couple of things here and there with that. Move the graphics cards over there. They're by the PS3, and I'd assume they're about as strong as the PS3. But the phone is alive. However, it's not currently running what I want it to be running for the foreseeable future. It's currently just running a version of stock Android, and the entire reason that I have that is just so I can Let's see, use as internal storage. For now, oh, yes, use as internal storage. I want to see if I can make this work. If it works and it stops ejecting itself randomly, I'll know that it was a problem with the last ROM that I was on. If it doesn't work, then I'm a little bit more inclined to say that it's the hardware itself that's failing. Right now, I'm kind of in a state of I don't know what works and what doesn't work because this is working right now. I thought it was a dead PCI Express slot, but I guess maybe chances are that it is actually a driver issue. So that makes me like, now I kind of want to test rolling back my driver to an older version to see if I can get the 600 cards to work, but I don't know about that. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do right now. But ooh. It's complaining that the thing is slow. That's okay. I don't care about the speed, I just want to see if it works. Because honestly, at this point, I just want to have access to all that space. I don't have enough space on my phone because it's just... a 32 gig phone is not enough for someone like me. But yeah, I think that's going to be all, guys. I'm going to end off the vlog for now. It's not super late, but I'm probably going to be heading off to bed soon, so I should probably edit these vlogs before I do that. Maybe I'll do that tonight, maybe I won't. I'll figure that out later. But once again, I do hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Good night, guys. That one's like the most awkward one yet.